Alright guys, let's get into it. If you don't know me, my name's Monica and I like to do these pop-up shop vendor market type situations with my small business that's called Monica's Collective. And this is my very first time doing an event in the actual rain. While we were setting up, it was raining pretty hard, so this is actually the first clip I got of the day after my canopy tent was already fully put up. My tables were already put up and all of my inventory was out of the car. I wanted to make sure the camera was under the tent before I started filming, so that's why this is the first you're seeing of me. But I have my normal displays that I normally have at all of my pop-ups. These are my vertical ledge candle displays. I have the belly display and the stadium display. I love them both. If you want to get anything from vertical ledge, these are the two displays that I recommend investing in. I use them all the time, and even for product photography, so cute. So I put all of my candles here. I have some for my core collection, my fall collection, and my holiday collection, because that's kind of what's selling right now. And these are all ceramic jars from Makesy. This is my brand new pegboard and I'm so excited. I shouldn't even call it a pegboard anymore. I should call it a peg stand or something. My dad made it for me because I was talking about how my pegboard has a few issues with it. The pegs always come off and it takes up a lot of space on my table. So having it here on this like peg stand type thing is definitely helpful. And I think it looks so cute. It's really high up. I didn't ever measure it, so I'll measure it and get back to you on how tall it is. It looks professional. People are gonna be like, where'd you get that? I was like, well, my dad took my childhood bed and he took it apart and used it for this. It just looks so custom, and I think when you have custom displays, it really encourages people to stop by and just like know that you're really into your business and investing in it, and just makes it look more professional. Anyway, I was not going to let the rain stop me from having the best possible vendor market experience ever, so I'm really putting all of my effort into staying optimistic and trying my best to set up my booth in a way where it'll be inviting for people to come through. I wasn't even sure how many people are going to show up to this because of the rain. It was a whole market, but also like a whole day-long event. There was a Christmas tree lighting, a menorah lighting, there was a makeshift ice rink, there was Santa Claus taking pictures of the kids, there were s'mores, a whole bunch of informational booths from the city, so a lot of like really cool things going on, and the craft market was only one part of it. The dilemma is whether or not I trust putting up my vertical edge garment rack in this rain and mud. It's very muddy, and I don't know if I want to take the chance in ruining it. I don't really remember if they said it was okay to like be in the mud or not. So I did decide to end up building my garment rack because I felt that this corner needed a little extra something. I had my two tables, but I just felt like the garment rack pulls everything together and adds a little bit more of a pop of color here in the back. So I'm building this. It was so easy to put together. One thing about the vertical edge displays is that they are made out of wood, obviously, and look how happy I am with my garment rack. It's embarrassing. But I did also get Wawa for my mom. So nice of her. If you're from Jersey, you know Wawa is an essential, and I live in a part of Jersey now where they don't really have Wawas nearby, so my mom got that for me and it was so nice. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the vertical edge displays are made out of wood, and so the wood expands and compresses depending on the temperature ever so slightly, just like every other piece of wood. And so sometimes, depending on what the temperature is, it's hard to fit the different pieces of the vertical edge displays into each other because they kind of fit in like puzzle pieces. I was able to put everything together just fine, but it did take a little bit of extra effort because whatever the temperature was out there this day, it made the wood pieces a little bit tougher to fit into each other. But I'm just filling this garment rack with my tote bags. It looks so cute. All together, I think my booth came out really nice. The first time I had this set up with the two tables like diagonal, I did decide to bring my mirror, and it was drenched by the end of it, but I loved it. I love the scrunchy peg stand. I added some hay crates with the mirror on top. And honestly, I'm just so proud of my setup. I feel like I've really gotten it down. I know the vision I'm always going for. I love that it looks cohesive. When you compare pictures of past pop-ups to this pop-up, you recognize that it's definitely from the same brand because I am pretty consistent with the quality of my booth setup, and I'm just very proud of myself for getting it to this point. I'm going to go into further explanation about the booth in a second, but just take a look. It's so beautiful. I love it. Guys, there's so much going on. There's music playing. It's Christmas music, so hopefully that's fine. But it's raining also, so there's a lot going on. But here's my setup. Rainy mirror, but still looking cute. I decided to bring it. I was thinking about not, but decided to just do it. And then this is a brand new setup for me because it was my dad's idea. I wanted to keep everything as in the booth as possible to keep it away from the rain, because I don't even know if you can tell how bad it's raining, but it's raining a good amount and I wanted to keep everything dry. So I have my tall, smaller table, which I think is like 4 feet long. Yeah. And I covered it with this new blanket. It's a bed sheet that I thrifted and I use it for picnics, but I decided to use it for a pop-up because I saw someone online use like a gingham blanket and I thought it looked so cute with all the colors. So I used that. And I have my business card there, and this is a brand new scrunchy pegboard that my dad made me. It's not even a pegboard, it's like a peg standing thing. This is recycled from my old childhood bed, or my sister's old childhood bed, I don't know. But you know how like when you had like a canopy over your bed as a kid, this is what this piece of wood was. And then we had some leftover dowels from my old scrunchy pegboards, so my dad turned these into pegs. And it's actually one really long peg that starts there and goes all the way down to that end. So when people take scrunchies off, the peg won't come with the scrunchie, which was like an issue that we always had. And it's really tall, so when I put it on this table, it just like, it catches your eye, and I love that. And you guys know how I talk about keeping things eye level or higher, so this is perfect. And I have some holiday scrunchies as well as some leftover fall scrunchies and regular satin scrunchies. I thought this platform was nice to put some candles that I wanted to display, and then behind that I have some bubble candles. These are like leftover from a while ago. I have my Hello Gorgeous mirror. I just have it on top of these hay crates to lift it up a little bit. I have some of these leftover glass mugs, which are the last ones I have left. I haven't restocked them yet. My pricing is right there. And then this little sale bin that I decided to randomly put. This glass mug is a little bit ruined with like a scratch or two, so it's going to be on sale. Same with these bubble candles. Over here, last second, I decided to put up the garment rack because we ended up using the front piece of this canopy. Like normally there'd be a door like that zips. I never use that obviously because I want to keep the front open, so I'm just using that at the bottom so that my vertical ledge garment rack doesn't get ruined, because I'm nervous about that and I love my vertical ledge stuff, so I want to take care of it. But I put all of my leftover tote bags. There's like a theme going on here where it's like leftover stuff in this corner. It's not new stuff except for obviously the scrunchies, those are new, but I think it still looks cute and filled. My banner is same as always, except actually I got these cool like elastic rope things that I saw another vendor had before. I don't know if you guys like realize, but my fiance Josh would put up my banner and use just like rope to tie everything to like the corners. He would just use rope to tie each of the corners to the tent, but these elastics are great because you just hook like one of the corners of the hook to the banner and then the other goes up there like anywhere you want. Basically it's just like a regular hook, and I love that. It took my parents like 2 seconds to put this up, so that was great. Oh, also something, if you guys haven't noticed, I put up all the walls of my canopy because it's raining obviously. Next is my table. Kind of different setup this time as well. My sister finally restocked all of these crocheted coasters. I'm thinking about putting these online. Let me know if you want them, but I have them here and I'm excited because everyone always loves them. I have my regular stickers and decals here as well as my business cards because they were flying away a little bit, so I put them in here. I have my mini candles. I have core collection ones down there, bubble candles here, and then my holiday collection up top, and I think this looks cute. And then I have all of my other like main candles over here. On this side I have like the holiday and fall collections. Over here I have my core collection. So I didn't bring as many core collection items, but I thought I'd display at least one of each of the ones that I want to be selling right now. Oh, I'm also displaying like a sample gift box. I have a bunch of gift boxes over there so people can make their own like mini gift set. And then I am displaying a few of the leftover 5-ounce candles. Same tablecloth and Vistaprint table banner. So that's the full setup. And it's so cute. That was one of the most chaotic, like, getting ready for the pop-up processes ever because of the rain. I've never set up like in the rain before. But thankfully I had both my parents to help. The tent was kind of a hassle to put up because my hands were wet. It was like slipping, and normally Josh puts up my tent for me, or like does most of like the hard work, which is like pulling the rods up to lift it higher. But we figured it out, so I'm proud of me and my mom for doing that. I already met one of you guys who watch my videos. I'm gonna come around and like say hi to all the vendors and see if there's anything I'm like really interested in to buy for the holidays, and also just to say like hi and meet new vendors, because when it's like a market like this where I'm probably not gonna make too much money, I definitely want to get like something else out of it, learn other things from it, meet other people. So that's how I'm gonna like benefit from this market. I'm gonna walk around and just like meet other vendors, see if I can make new connections. But yeah, to the subscriber who came and said hi, thank you so much for coming and say hi. I'm definitely gonna come over to your booth and say hi and look through your shop in like a second. I'm so excited. Also, if you're from Jersey, you know this is an essential. There aren't any Wawas near Hoboken that I can walk to at least, so this is essential. Just made my very first sale of the day. 2 customers bought 1 candle each. It was like a mom and her mom. They ordered the coffee candle, the large one, and the apple pie candle. I only brought 1 of them, so now I have no more apple pie ones. That was great. That was like a $60 order, which was awesome for it being noon. Honestly, I'm happy about it. Now, the reason I've been hesitant to do winter markets is because I had one kind of bad experience last year in, I believe, March or April, where it was freezing and I had the worst time. I couldn't feel my toes for like 3 hours after the pop-up, even though I was back at home in the warmth. So I've avoided these winter markets, but I'm so happy I did this. As you can see, I'm having a great time talking to customers. I have my hat, I have my puffy jacket, I have a scarf, I have proper shoes, not sneakers, and I'm just like having a great time. I feel like the more that I enjoy myself and I'm talking to people, the fact that my mom is there to keep me company just keeps me energized and warm, honestly, and just distracts me from the fact that it's cold. And honestly, it wasn't even too cold this day. I think it was in the 40s, which is not that bad for Jersey. It could go much lower. I just kept myself distracted and engaged with as many customers as I could. I'm so happy that a good amount of people showed up and came to support. You know that the people who showed up are definitely there to support the small businesses and care, and know that they were thinking of us, knowing that it was probably going to be a slow day for us and they wanted to come and support. And that's just like the best thing. I absolutely love every single customer that stops by my booth, whether they buy something or not, just because they're supporting by interacting with me. And I think that's all we can ask for as small businesses, just people to interact with, especially at these in-person events. And if we make a sale, that's icing on the cake, honestly. So I did make a few sales and I was really happy with the amount of sales that I made. I did make my vendor fee back pretty quickly in the day, and I'll go over the exact details and analytics at the end of the video as I normally do, but I'm just using my phone to take payments because I didn't think this was going to be a really busy market, so I didn't feel like I should bring my iPad, especially in the rain. I was trying to minimize the amount of tech I was bringing.
Do you mind if I take some clips?
No, okay. Of course, I appreciate you.
Of course.
Appreciate that.
Midnight Woods.
Cranberry spice?
Yeah, the handler should be small.
Sure.
Ooh, warm honey pear.
Is your outlet knife? Hang on.
I put my lantern on, and I think it makes the candles look nice with it like lit up behind. I didn't put my other lantern on yet, but I'll put it back there. I just don't know how long these last, because I've never tested them out. So I'm trying to just light one and wait until I need to light the other, because it's not that dark out. But I'm fully out of minis except for the sample box and these two down here. And I should have brought more Sandalwood Musk and High Tide, the bestseller, because I only had 2 of them and I sold out quickly, and I only had one of the minis. I did pretty well with the tins. I didn't sell any coasters or stickers yet. I did sell one of these big decals actually to a vendor because she liked the way it looked, and sold a couple scrunchies. I like the rack, it's nice. No glass mugs, no tote bags. Very proud of myself for sticking around for the whole event. My light is like really illuminating me right now. But the tree lighting is happening right now, so nobody's around. Half the vendors have already packed up, but I'm sticking around for a little bit longer, just because my mom is watching the tree lighting and my dad is coming in like half an hour to come help me pack up. And just in case there's a rush of people like on their way out from the tree lighting, I want to like stay. But I'll probably start slowly packing up like the things that people didn't really buy too much, like the glass mugs and the bubble candles and things like that. And just like that, it's time to pack up. Now it is pitch black outside because in the wintertime, as I often forget, the sun sets at like 4:30, and I'm so happy I had my lanterns. I actually bought these 2 lanterns this year because I did a pop-up in October, and starting in October the sun starts to set a little bit earlier. I bought these 2 lanterns off of Amazon and I love them. They're battery powered, and I think I'm going to get a couple more because I don't think 2 is enough. I'm going to take a brief moment to also thank my parents for helping me at this pop-up. My mom always pretty much helps, especially these bigger events and festivals, but my dad was also here to help because we are in my hometown and he was around. He helped not only with like the heavy lifting, he also made my peg stand, as I mentioned, and helped set that up for me. He also came with the car to help me load everything into the car while I was unpacking everything, so everything just ran so much quicker and smoother. I actually went home to my parents' house after this pop-up and had dinner with them and my sister because it was my dad's birthday the following day, so it was really nice to do this event. Even though it's not the typical town I would think my shop would be successful at, I was really happy I did it because my family's here and I was able to hang out with them a little bit after and kind of just like be part of my old childhood community for a bit. It was very nostalgic. I was really happy I decided to do it. As I'm packing up, I'm realizing my cardboard boxes are pretty wet. How that happened, I have no idea because I thought I did a good job of keeping them up above ground, but I did the best that I could and kind of cleaned off the candles afterwards once I got back to Hoboken, so everything ended up being fine. Nothing really got ruined, but definitely need to figure out this cardboard box situation and how to transfer my candles better next time. So taking apart my vertical ledge pieces was pretty smooth, except for, again, some of the pieces were a little bit tougher to take apart, kind of like this one that I'm like wiggling a bunch, but it came off within like 3-4 seconds. And again, because it was raining, I didn't get footage of me putting everything into the car and taking down my canopy tent because I didn't want my camera out in the rain. But honestly, you guys didn't miss anything. Everything went smoothly with the pack-up process. It's time for the pop shop recap. This market was so fun, especially since it was in my hometown, East Brunswick, New Jersey. This is the first ever like Christmas market that I've done as well. Well, technically I did do a holiday themed market in New York City in my last pop-up, but this one was like a full-on holiday celebration. The event was actually primarily the Christmas tree and menorah lighting at 7 p.m. but throughout the day, starting at 11 a.m. they had a holiday artist market as well as different crafts. Santa Claus came by to take pictures with kids. There were like campfires going on. There were like a whole slew of activities. Oh, there was even like a makeshift ice rink type thing. Such a cool concept of an event, and I hope they do it again next year. However, it was raining from the second I left my apartment to the second I got back. In the morning, I was texting my mom and calling my mom being like, should I cancel? Should I just not show up? Like, is it worth it? Because it was raining kind of hard here. I was worried about the wind, although like on the weather app, it said the wind wasn't going to be too bad. So that kind of like made me want to do it. In the end, I decided to just go and do it. So my mom came from East Brunswick here to Hoboken to pick me up with all of my stuff, and then we drove to the location of the pop-up, which was actually near the municipal building and the library and like the civic center. When we got there and started unloading the car, it was raining. So I got no clips of that actually. I was in my big puffer coat. This was also like kind of cold. I had my hood up. I had like a cap on to like protect my face from the rain. Most of my actual pop-up stuff was in water resistant type containers. Hefty bins were awesome for this because they're all made out of plastic and they're see-through, so you can see exactly what's in there, but you know that all of it is safe and not getting wet. That was fine to put on the ground, and the ground was actually really muddy, so I had to wipe down everything at the end. But anyway, the only thing that like really caused an issue were my cardboard boxes, my cardboard makesy boxes where I keep my candles. I had 4 boxes, I believe, 4 of the bigger boxes, and then I had a bunch of the mini boxes. Those I couldn't put on the ground because if I did, the candles would have gotten soaked and ruined. So I really wanted to keep them above ground. I kept them on chairs, my table. I piled like things on top of the hefty bins. This kind of caused a little bit of chaos when I was setting up because I had things on the tables before I put the tablecloth on, and I have a very specific order I put things on the tables so that I don't have to like keep rearranging the heavy stuff. So that was kind of annoying in the beginning, but I had both of my parents helping me out, which was awesome. We put up our tent pretty easily. It was like kind of difficult because my hands were slippery, but it was like overall pretty fine. The actual market was awesome because a good amount of people showed up and came to support even though it was raining the whole time. People came with umbrellas, with ponchos, and I felt bad because a lot of people didn't expect it to be as muddy as it was, so people are like drowning in the mud in their sneakers, and I felt really bad. Good thing I had my Doc Martens on. I can't exactly remember what the vendor fee was for this event, so I will put it here after I look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was like 100 something. And then I actually made a good amount of sales, not as much as other markets of course, but let me look up the exact number. On this day I made $628.83. I think a couple of those orders were actually from online sales. Oh, I can actually see. So from in-person sales it was $549.09. which was actually so much more than I was anticipating at this event. The people who did stop by were really nice and were definitely like into my stuff. It was like slightly a different crowd. It was definitely like a lot of younger families, just like here in Hoboken, but a little bit more established families. They own houses at this point and their kids are going to school. So it was like a slightly different demographic, but still really nice to meet people. I did meet a couple vendors who actually watch my YouTube videos, so thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi to me. I made my way around all the booths to check out all the vendors because I think in total there were like 32-ish vendors. Some people didn't show up. There were actually like spots where it was spray painted for an actual vendor to be, because all of our spots were spray painted with numbers. I think my number was 16 or 31. I don't know why I'm confusing those two numbers. But anyway, there were like open spots where you could tell a tent was supposed to go there, but the vendor just never showed up, which is totally understandable. I've done that before because of the weather, and they just did what they thought was best for their business. But I made my way around all the vendors and was able to say hi to a bunch of people. I met this really great business owner, and she's a mom. She's a little bit older and she was so cute and made the cutest I think they were pins or stickers or bookmarks, just like little cutesy things. And she was straight up like, this is not my demographic. I should go like on college campuses. And she was so optimistic about the event and talking about how she's like learning a lot from this experience and learning about her setup and, you know, what to bring, what not to bring, and how to display her items. And I was like, yeah, like that's kind of my mindset going into pop-ups like this. When you know not that many people are going to show up, you should try to like learn something else from it or get something else out of it. She was really great. She actually found me on Instagram, which is crazy because I feel like most people find my content through YouTube, but she found me through Instagram, which is cool. And then there were 2 other vendors, one who makes crocheted stuffed animals, which were so cute. I came by and said hi to her, and she also watched my videos. And then another business owner who I think I got some clips of her body care stuff. So nice, so sweet. She's from South Jersey and does markets down there. She was giving me advice on which markets to join down in South Jersey because I've never really done one around there. She swears that I would do amazing at some of them, so I might try them out. Overall, the day went by like relatively fast. I'm really happy I decided to do it, even though in the morning I was going back and forth. I'm happy that I had that experience, and next year I definitely want to sign up to do it again and hope that the weather is much better so that more people can come and experience it, because I could tell that event totally would have been so successful if the weather were nicer. And it was like a success even with the weather being bad, so I can only imagine how it would be on a nice sunny day. I also debuted my new scrunchy peg stand at this event. My dad made it for me with some scrap pieces of wood. I was talking about the different like complaints I had with my pegboard, my scrunchy pegboard, which I love and I made. But there are like certain tweaks that I would make now that I know more about how people interact with the display, and I would want to make it a little higher. I would want to make the pegs like a little further apart and longer and more stable. So my dad did that for me. And oh, I also wanted the board to not take up as much space and let the scrunchies like do the talking basically. So we came up with like the solution of having just one long stand and the pegs coming off of that one pole. So my dad did that for me and I really liked it. I can't wait to bring it to other pop-ups. Learned a lot from this pop-up. I definitely want to figure out the cardboard box situation with my candles and see if there's a way I can make that better. I also forgot my wagon at this event. That would have been great if I had my wagon to keep the candles in the wagon. That might be the whole solution in general, just like bring my wagon everywhere. Also, I washed my tablecloth and my little like table banner. I washed those things the next morning and the mud like still won't come off. I don't know if my washing machine downstairs just like isn't that good, but it seemed like it stained my tablecloth. If you have any tips on how to get mud stains specifically off of tablecloth, please let me know. So far with my holiday market extravaganza this year, with trying out like pop-ups during the winter months, I've been having a great time. Lots of success. Definitely recommend you guys try them out. This is my first year doing them though, so I can only say so much, but I'm honestly having a great time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.